Fred and Ken had been friends for as long as they could remember. From kindergarten to college, they were inseparable. They studied together, shared dreams, laughed at each other's jokes, and often promised that nothing, not even marriage, would ever break their friendship. While they were in college, in Fred's final year, his life took a sudden turn. He got a girl pregnant. She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl they named Elena. Fred loved his daughter so much that he decided to live with the girl and raise their child together. Life seemed manageable at first, but when Elena was just 2 years old, the couple welcomed twin baby boys. With the added responsibility, cracks began to appear in their relationship. Arguments became frequent. The once loving home turned cold, and soon, Fred and his wife separated. She moved to the UK, taking Elena and the twins with her. That was the last time Ken saw little Elena. Fred would travel occasionally to visit them, but Ken never got the chance. Ken, meanwhile, had his own struggles. He was a good man, kind-hearted, and giving, but his love life was a mess. Relationship after relationship failed. No matter how much love, care, and loyalty he gave, the women he dated seemed to take him for granted. The last straw came when he caught his 6th girlfriend cheating on him in his own house with another man. The betrayal crushed him. He fell into a deep depression and even thought about ending his life. Fred was there for him, as always. "The right woman will come," Fred told him. "She'll love you and value everything you are. Don't give up." The two friends also worked at the same company, and their bond only grew stronger over the years. Whenever Fred traveled to the UK to visit his children, Ken would send gifts for them, especially for Elena. He wanted to see them, but work always tied him down. He had a dream of starting his own company before he turned 45, and that goal consumed his time. Time flew. 10 years passed. Ken remained single despite Fred's constant encouragement to find love again. "I just haven't met someone who can make me believe in love," Ken would say. By now, Elena was 22, a bright young woman who had just finished university. She decided she wanted to work in the USA, the country where she was born. She planned her move in secret, hoping to surprise her father. She told no one, not her dad, her mom, or her twin brothers. She arrived in the USA one evening, hungry and tired from her trip. She walked into a small diner to grab a meal. At the same time, Ken, who had just finished a long day at work, walked in too. Fate stepped in. They ended up sitting at the same table after the place got crowded. Ken was struck speechless. In front of him sat one of the most beautiful women he had ever seen, calm, elegant, smart, with a gentle smile that seemed to light up the room. "What's your name?" he asked, his voice soft. "Call me Ellie," she replied with a smile. "I'm Ken," he said. "I'll call you Kenny," she teased. The sound of his name on her lips sent a strange warmth through him. They exchanged numbers and began talking regularly. When Ellie told him she was looking for a job, Ken offered her a position in his company. He also told her that in 3 months, he would turn 45 and throw a celebration, and he wanted her by his side as his woman. By then, they had fallen deeply in love, and to him, age didn't matter. Fred was happy for his friend. Ken now had his own company and, finally, someone to love. Fred looked forward to meeting the woman who had changed his friend's life. Ellie eventually moved in with Ken. They adored each other. Ken treated her like a queen, and she cherished him just as much. She never took his love for granted. They worked together, laughed together, and planned for a future that seemed bright and unshakable. After Ken's 45th birthday, they planned to start organizing their wedding. Everything seemed perfect, until the day of the birthday party. The hall was full of friends, colleagues, and family. Ken stood proudly on the stage, smiling as he called for the attention of the crowd. "I want to introduce you all to the woman I love, the woman I plan to marry," he announced, motioning for Ellie to join him. Fred's smile froze as he turned to look. The moment his eyes landed on her, his face went pale. "My daughter," he gasped. "It can't be." The room fell silent. "What?" Ken stammered, looking from Fred to Ellie in confusion. "This is Elena," Fred said firmly. "My first child. The little girl you last saw before she moved to the UK." It was like a bomb had gone off in the room. Ken felt dizzy. Memories of sending gifts for Elena over the years flashed in his mind. He had carried her as a baby. And now she was the woman he loved. Fred was furious. He insisted the relationship had to end immediately. Ken refused. Elena also stood her ground. "I love him," she said. "I'm not walking away, no matter what." The friendship between Fred and Ken was shaken to its core. Arguments followed, emotions ran high, and for a time, it seemed nothing could repair the damage. But as the days passed, Fred saw the depth of their love, the way Ken respected and cared for Elena, and how she, in turn, brought joy into his life. Reluctantly, he accepted that their love was real. They got married in a beautiful ceremony attended by friends and family. Elena's mother and twin brothers flew in from the UK to witness the union. Months later, Elena became pregnant. The news brought smiles and tears of joy. A new chapter was beginning, one filled with love, second chances, and the unshakable bond of two men who had been friends for a lifetime. Sometimes, love shows up in the most unexpected places. What matters most is the heart, the respect, and the commitment to make it work no matter what the world says.